right? So you already knew that, right? You already knew that. And if you didn't already know that, which is going to happen to some Pisces, for those of you who are suspecting it, I know it's already happened. You already know that, and the lie broke your heart. And when you look at these three swords, you have to understand a lot of third party situations came out to light with this Venus retrograde in Scorpio. Okay. So if you have Scorpio in your sun, moon, or rising at all, you definitely know exactly what the fuck you're dealing with regards to whom it is that you're leaving. My goodness. And, negative energies try to go ahead and block your throat chakra too at times. That's why you hear a lot of tarot readers clear our throats a lot, because negative energies do not want you to know this information. They don't want you to know this information, because if you know this information, it gives you a pathway and the blueprint to go ahead and get the hell out of Dodge. Okay? Because that's exactly what you need to do with liars. Okay? If you don't lie, then you shouldn't be with a liar. If your vibration has risen to a level of which you don't lie and you want relationships that are full of virtue and full of honor and integrity, what you're going to be doing this month is all about you working on you and you being the embodiment of what you want to attract and a new partner. Many of you are going to be finding new partners, period. That's just what's going to happen, okay? Because you built up the courage to walk away. Because you realize that the person that you with was not the King of Pentacles like they wanted to sit there and portray. They were actually the Page of Pentacles, okay? And the Page of Pentacles is a messenger of money, okay? A messenger. And I always look at these cards, the court cards, in terms of maturation. The person that you were dealing with was extremely immature. They did not know how to work on appreciating what's valuable, which is you, Pisces, okay? You ended up walking away from this person. You 8 of Cups that ass because you realized that you had put way too damn much work into a relationship that was not worth your time in the first place, okay? And so you're ending out a karmic cycle, because basically in some of your past incarnations, you've done this over and over and over again. You've extended yourself to people who did not deserve you, who did not appreciate you at all. And you would always let them come back. And at the end of the day, when you took your last breath, you really took your last breath in a relationship with somebody who pretended to love you, but didn't even know how to love themselves. Okay. But you are breaking that karmic cycle of doing that. A lot of people are breaking karmic cycles. Either you're breaking the karmic cycle or you're not. There's no gray area here. Okay? And so there's going to be this huge separation with regards to, the virtuous and the non-virtuous. And the virtuous are going to go straight to 5D, and the non-virtuous are going to go really low into the 3D area. They're going to go even lower into a even lower vibration in terms of the 3D aspect. They really are, because they're going to realize that what they lost is pretty much likely the best, outcome that they were ever going to get, which was you. And what they did was, they betrayed themselves when they betrayed you. And so the last 2 weeks of November, you will have released completely, and you have ended that karmic cycle, and it will have opened up the space for you to go ahead and really explore yourself and get back to the you that you were before you met this person. Okay? The free spirit that you were before you met this person. The enthusiastic person that you were before you met this person. You're going to get back to that place within the last 2 weeks of the month. Trust me, there is definitely light at the end of this tunnel, baby. So spirit, let them know by breaking this karmic chain, what can they expect? An offer of love. You're going to get an offer of love within the last 2 weeks of November. You're going to get an offer of love. Okay. You're going to get an offer of love, and it looks like from a water sign. Okay. Because you have done the work to raise your vibration. Okay. You have been given that rite of passage into your high priestesshood. You know, your intuition is on point. People cannot get past you with secrets, lies, and bullshit anymore. You will have gotten to that point where you have really graduated and ascended to a much higher level, because you have spent a lot of time with the divine. You spent a lot of time trusting the divine, knowing who your deities are, doing the research, finding out who you really are, finding out what it is about yourself that you do like, what you don't like, changes you want to make. You have, started that process of really dissecting yourself so that you can get yourself back to that healthy, happy person that you were prior to being in the relationship that you were in with this person that you once thought you loved. You know what I'm saying? You may not have been in love with the person at one point, you know what I'm saying? But whenever you fell out of love with this person, you still had love for this person to hold you over until, you hit that next hill. Relationships comes with hills and valleys. You have your high points and you have your low points. Sometimes you're really in love with that person, and sometimes, you just have love for that person. You know what I mean? You know how it is in relationships. You know what I'm talking about, Pisces. Oh, 10 of Cups. So wait a minute. We got the Knight of Cups. We got the 4 of Wands. We got the High Priestess and the 10 of Cups. You guys have completed out a complete cycle. You have ended a karmic cycle. Very exciting time, Pisces. Oh my God. And guess what? Your ex is going to be so fucking pissed about it. So pissed. Well, why are you pissed when you had the opportunity to do what you were supposed to do? I mean, you didn't. So that's your bad, homie, and I have no feelings about it. It's not about being a bitter person. It's not about being a mean person. It's about me knowing my value and knowing my worth and knowing that I deserve better than what the hell you were dishing out. That's all that is. I'm worth too much to be sitting around waiting and playing games with you. I don't play games. Tricks are for kids. It took sacrifice to get here. Yes, it did. It took sacrifice. That's what the hangman represents. It takes sacrifice. And I'm telling you, these people, you're going to, Pisces, you guys, your money is going to start looking up. Your love life is going to start looking up. Your happiness, just your overall well-being is going to be so up to par, and it's going to be so on point. And the person who could have had that with you is literally not going to be able to shake you off, period. They're going to be so pissed at themselves, but they're going to try to project it onto you. That's what they're going to try to do. That is damn sure what they're going to try to do, because they're going to be all in their feelings. That's what the color yellow represents. They're going to be all in their feelings about who they could be loving on right now. That's what green represents, the heart chakra, because they want what the fuck they want, honey. They want what they want. However, it was their actions that fucked up the whole damn process. Blue represents the throat chakra. They don't know, they don't even know how to communicate this. And the only way that they know how to communicate it is in the most immature way. The only time, whenever any adulthood comes out, these are the feelings that come out, and that's why they revert to being children and acting like children on the inside and doing childish things, because doing childish things is a comfortable place for them to be. But whenever they have to actually face their adult feelings, you understand what I'm saying? It makes them angry. They become angry. Whenever they have to look at their own behavior, and whenever they have to actually take responsibility for their own behavior, if this person even knows how to do that, bottom line, this person is going to be trying to cut deep with the things that they say. They're going to be doing all types of vindictive shit to try to sabotage your happiness. But I'm going to let you know right now, they're not going to be able to, baby, because you and that new man that you get with, I'm gonna tell you right now, that new man is about to will stomp a hole in that ass if need be, honey, because you are extremely tired of being around people who take advantage of your kindness, Pisces, by now. You know what I mean? At this point, you know, you're not going to let it happen anymore. And the situation created so much damn anxiety at one point for you. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, I mean, you think Spirit didn't see that? Spirit saw how much anxiety this situation caused you. That's why Spirit stepped in and was like, let's retrograde this whole damn thing. That's why this had already been written. You have to understand, this generation of people, us people, our age group, around between the age of 30 and 40. I'm telling you right now, most of us are between the age of 30 and 40. We're the ones that were chosen. You know, those of us who are ready to get on board with Spirit, we were the ones that were chosen to go ahead and break a lot of karmic cycles in our bloodlines. You have to understand, when we break that karmic cycle, it benefits our children. It benefits our bloodline, because these are lessons we could teach our children, and these so that they don't fall into the same pitfalls of entering into these unhealthy ass relationships. Not only with other people, but doing unhealthy things to ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We understand the lesson. We understood the lesson associated with why we got into this relationship with this low vibrational person anyway. And this person is going to be pissed off, full of anxiety, not knowing what to do, basically, really and truly. Should I cut deep with my mouth? Should I just be silent and lose sleep? Should I just be pissed off and start doing vindictive stuff, you know, or should I just go back to my old ways and start juggling women? Well, do whatever you want to do. I don't care is what you guys are going to be saying, Pisces, because you're going to be like, you're my past, you're not my present, and you're damn sure not a part of my future. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want to do, because it doesn't matter to me, because you won't be here with me, because I done got in my car. The chariot. I done got in my car and I drove off. Oh my God, I can't help but laugh at that one. Oh my God. I'm telling you, I'm channeling and my spirit guides and angels got jokes. Oh my God, that was funny. Because, man, my spirit guides and angels, they crack me up, y'all. Because basically you will have gotten in your car, your vehicle, and rolled out and said, I am not letting you pull me into your darkness anymore. I tried to pull you into my light, but you didn't want to get with the program. So that was your problem. That was your bad. And you'll be coming out of your grave that they tried to put you in. They literally tried to put your ass in a real shitty ass spot, you know? I mean, look at these people coming out of caskets. You know, judgment. Look at these people coming out of caskets. I mean, some of these relationships really and truly felt like, oh my God, like inside it was just like, it felt like death, but a new beginning is exactly what the hell you are looking forward to. I'm telling you, Pisces. I'm telling you, Pisces, be excited. You know what I'm saying? Because you did the introspection that was required. You did the introspection. You took that time alone to yourself so that you could rebuild yourself back up. Based on all the tearing down that this person tried to do of you. You know what I mean? By taking advantage of your kindness. Exactly. I said it exactly as I was pulling the card over. Look, by stealing from you. They stole from you. They stole tangible things from you. They sat there and let you go ahead and do all the damn work while they sat and kicked their feet up and had third-party situations, and they were just chilling. I mean, life was real good for them when they were with you. You were the reason why they even had those options on the table. You were the one making them look a lot better than they would have looked without you. I want you to listen to that song by LaToya Luckett, okay? And the name of the song is Regret. Listen to that song, okay, guys? It's by LaToya Luckett, and the name is Regret. Because you cut that ass off. You cut that ass off, honey. You cut it off. You cut this person out of your life. Entered into a new spiritual union. You're going to be nurturing it along with the other things that you're nurturing. If you have children already or whatever the case is, this other person may or may not have children as well. Whatever you choose to manifest, baby, is what you will have. Okay? Whatever you choose to manifest is whatever you have, because the Queen of Pentacles is the boss lady. And the person that you left is going to be quickly trying to communicate with you before this happens. They're going to quickly try to communicate, get their hairy toe back in the door. They think they're going to get their hairy toe back in the door before somebody else stakes claim to your heart. But oh, no, honey. There are bigger powers behind this that are going to make sure that doesn't happen. This is what's going to happen. Your real, true twin flame is getting ready to be in your life. You're going to meet this person within the last 2 weeks of November, Pisces. That's what Spirit is saying. That's what the cards are saying. The cards do not lie. Because you were strong throughout this whole process. You kept your feelings in check. You kept your wants in check. You know, you had a pure heart throughout the whole time. And it looks like you've been doing this for incarnations. That's what that infinity sign over the head represents. You've been a pretty virtuous person for quite a few, you know what I'm saying, incarnations. And that's why you've been given the opportunity to actually break a karmic cycle, in your relationship. You have commitment to look forward to. However, I'm going to tell you right now, your ex of whomever you left is going to try to come in and be mad, sneaky, and try to act like they changed and all that. And even if they did change, I mean, when they call you and say, what's up, I recommend that your answer be my standards and my expectations. That's what's up. And 3, 2, 1, click. That's what I would do. But that's just me. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're going to do, but I know what I'm going to do. You know when you are with someone who contributed to nothing but fuckery in your life. You know when you've been with someone who exacerbated you to a level of just, overkill. You know that you were in a relationship with somebody that was like a real hot ass mess. You knew something about this person wasn't right. You couldn't put your finger on it, but when you actually were able to put your finger on it, you were like, oh my God, this is 1,000 times worse than what I thought it could have ever been. And you are the last person that I would suspect this type of behavior from. However, this person was all up in that behavior, weren't they? Yes, they were. In closing you out, baby, for the last 2 weeks of November, 10s represent completion. That's why we are in now the 11th month. That card represents sabotage. I mean, this person that you ended a relationship with, that person was a soulmate. Okay, that person was not your twin flame. That was somebody that, really prepared you. They actually really prepared you for the person who probably has been waiting for you for quite some time. The person that you were with was trying to sabotage your every move. Anything that you accomplished in this relationship with this last person that you were with, you probably had to fight your ass off to get it. Because this person never wanted you to exceed their level. They never wanted you to become reborn. This means reborn. Reborn. Look at that wreath around that naked person inside, right? That wreath represents the uterus of a woman. And that naked person inside represents a baby, a transparent individual, just dancing and happy and content in that space. And all 4 of these elements, you understand what I'm saying? Represent, all 4 seasons, And you have to understand that babies are nothing but old souls, baby, that come back into, that come back into the world. The burden is over at this time, okay? Last 2 weeks of November, all right? The burden's over. Look at all these completions. These cards represent completions. All the sabotaging is over. All the burden is over. By the last 2 weeks of November, you ain't got to worry about none of this bullshit anymore.